Well, these are some of the guns that I have so far. Um, that I've been sort of collecting. Because I started off with one gun, which would be my first gun, which is this one here, the Ruger P95. It's a relatively inexpensive gun, 9mm. It's a fun gun to shoot. However, after about 300 rounds, I start getting some misloads. So you kind of got to, keep your bore snake handy or whatever, when you're shooting, and make sure that you try to keep it clean. Obviously, it's not a Glock or, any of the higher end pistols. But for my first gun, definitely not a bad choice, I thought. Not very expensive. My second gun, which is here, my carry concealed weapon that I normally carry, which is my Bersa Thunder 380. Once again, not a very expensive gun, but I've had a lot of good luck with this one. It's got a lot of safety features on it, like this keyed lock right here, which locks the trigger and the slide, which is great, especially if you got kids in the house or something like that, and you got to put it away. You just lock that, and you can't really do anything. It's also got a hammer block, which also the Ruger also has, and an auto decocking feature, which is also what the Ruger has as well, and a myriad of other things. But this one here kind of reminds me of the old what do we call that, James Bond movies, except his gun was a lot nicer, but it kind of reminds me of that one. Also a fun gun to shoot. This one is chambered in 380, which I like to have a bigger load for. Also here are the two different bullets here. It's the 9mm over here and the 380 over here. Actually, that was my third gun, I should say. My second one was this one here. Mossberg 500 pump with Tasco red dot sight. Got this one pretty cheap at a pawn shop. Was a little bit dirty, but a little bit of cleaning, gets it. Ended up being a really good gun. When I first picked it up, it has some strange white stuff all over it, and just cleaned it up. And the barrel seemed to be in really good shape, and this has been a blast to shoot. Great for shooting skeet, clay pigeons and things like that. That's been a lot of fun. So that makes the Bersa the third one. So. Then my fourth one here is, since I love the old days, and watched a lot of the old World War II movies. This is my Masin Nagant, made in Russia, stamped for 1942. Came with a bunch of stuff, including the pig sticker, the bayonet, whatever you want to call it. Toad sticker, I've heard people call it like that. But when I got it, I was told to clean it real well, and being a mechanic, I have a lot of brake clean sitting around. So what I ended up doing was trying to clean it with brake clean, and it took the finish off the wood, which is why the gun is black now. I wanted to refinish it because I wanted to have that, that old look. I'm sure some of you people are going to probably watch this and think that what an idiot, took a nice old gun like this and ruined it. But I did paint it like a satin black. Actually, I think it looks a little better this way, a little more modern, but it's kind of not the point, is it? I kind of felt like a total idiot for doing that. And I'm sure that other people watching this video probably think I would be too. But it's for being such an old gun, it is very it is pretty accurate. I was shooting at 100 yards. I was still shooting a little high even with the sights all the way down. A lot of fun to shoot. Big round, 762 by 54R. One thing I did notice that the bolt does get a bit tight after I'm shooting about 10 rounds or so. It gets this one's starting to get a little tight. There may be some deburring or something I need to do in there. But other than that, it's been pretty reliable. I haven't really shot a whole lot through it yet, but I certainly do enjoy shooting it. It is a lot of fun, and not too terribly uncomfortable, and didn't really leave me with too many bruises on the shoulder. And then this one here, the AR-15 that I purchased here. Well, anyway, this is the bullet for the Mosin or Mosin, however you want to pronounce that. And you can see that it's a pretty sizable round. Unfortunately, I'm out of 223 right now to show the difference between the Russian ammo and the 223. Well, you know, and kind of get one of these guns, you just blow off all the rounds and didn't save any. But this is a new model from Smith & Wesson. It's the M&P 15. It's their entry level. So you notice the dust cover, whatever, isn't there. Neither is the ratcheting mechanism. I did have to do some sight adjusting. That's probably just because of me, because I probably didn't really fully understand the sight picture, you know, from the factory properly, and adjusted it for the way I liked it. And other than that, it shot great, and not a single misload, not even once. We shot probably about I'd say probably about 200 rounds through it. You know, at one time at the range, and you know, performed flawlessly. I'm sure some people probably look at this and, you know, saying, oh, well, that's just, you know, some piece of junk AR or whatever, which it may be, but for what I use it for, it works great for me. And I'm not planning on going and using it in the desert or anything like that, and you know, zombie apocalypse ever goes down, well, hopefully I can you know, hold garrison in my house, which there's not a lot of dirt around here to get in there, so I'm not too worried about it. And I'm kind of on the fence with the whole AR-15 purchase, because I mean, to get anything decent, I mean, they're starting out at almost $1,000, and I mean, you can get 2 more pistols for that. And I'm kind of a pistol guy. I got another pistol I haven't picked up yet. It is still at the gun shop. It is a XDM 3.89 millimeter. I guess after that one, I'm going to have to go with some bigger rounds, something like a 40 Smith & Wesson or a 45, maybe a 38 Special revolver. But this is just the beginning of the collection, so it's just going to grow from here. I think a lot of gun owners are that way. You know, once you get your first or second one, third one, and next thing you know, you got 50 of them, and you love them all. But the 9mm is a cheap ammunition for me to purchase and to shoot, and I like to shoot a lot, so that was real important for me. And I got a lot of brass for reloading the 9mm, so that's why I went with another 9mm. That and the 9mm I'm not super impressed with, but I mean, it still operates, it still shoots, and well, it'll still stop a zombie, maybe. But yeah, that's about it. So that's where I'm at this point. And as I get other ones, I'll post videos of those, and I have a few videos at the range firing some of these guns, and including my cousin's 45, CZ 45, actually a wonderful gun. I think it's a 97B. We bought that one used at a pretty good price, and I've been very impressed with that gun, and totally got me hooked on the 45. Although I think that'll be my next purchase, be another 45. So, well, until next time,